Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you guys can see by the title of today's video, what I've brought you all here for is to discuss something very important. And that is, we're 4 months into NBA 2K20, how do you feel about the game? Now we're on the Twitter and I asked this exact same question, 4 months into 2K20, how do you feel about the game? Formulate your own opinion. Now, this right here I want to emphasize how important this statement is. Now, I've already recorded this video, I just wanted to go back and do the intro. I felt like I missed a couple key points that I wanted to kind of have you guys understand through this video. But anyway, real quick, we're going through all the replies that I had on this tweet. I'm going to give my own opinions toward the end of the video. Now, I just want to explain. I feel like as a community, we are very strong. I feel like the bond between the creator and the viewer is great. And we all kind of resonate with the fact that we kind of just like hate the developers, so to say, right? But I feel like the bond that we have as creator to viewer is big time. I feel like a lot of us have really grown on this community. I feel like our biggest role models are much better role models than they were back in the past, and I feel like 2K fails to realize that. But anyway, the whole point of this video is kind of to just discuss the problems and the pros of 2K20. I just wanted to get out of the way that I actually do enjoy this game quite a bit, but I feel like I've been fake in this way, where I haven't really spoke out on 2K20 very much, or at least enough, where I haven't said whether I love it, I haven't said whether I hate it. I kind of just, have remained silent on it because obviously that affects me as a creator if I bash the game, but I felt like I wasn't being real. I want to be completely 100% real and just let everything out that I feel about this game, whether it's good or bad, and that's bogus of me to not be, myself and real with that. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like I said, if you want to leave your comment and tell me how you feel about the video game itself in the comments of this video, feel free to. If you guys enjoy this video and you feel like what I'm saying is some real stuff, feel free to drop a like. And other than that, I hope y'all enjoy. Now anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just go through all my replies on this. We'll give a brief overview of everything, but if I feel like something deserves a little bit more talk, then I will. But anyway, we'll get right into the first reply. My man SK, one of my only teammates that replied to this, I believe. I didn't give too much of a review from all these tweets, but anyway, he says, man, just need a new build. Now, I totally feel this. 2K20, I will say, is the hardest game to grind a new player or even multiple players just in general. Now, actually, I should backtrack on that because 2K18 and 2K19 had massive problems with this, where it was the overall road to 99 system rather than the rep system. So it made it so casuals were just at a complete disadvantage as far as like your build holding you back. So let's say in 2K19, right, you would have a build, you get it to 85 overall, right out the gate, you're already dealing with problems when it comes to, say you made a build that gets 87 ball control to be able to speed boost, but I think in last year's game it was 86, but regardless, say you made a build that gets a certain overall ball control so you can speed boost. Now, you weren't even able to unlock that until, like, say 97, 98 overall, simple as that. Or if you made a build with 70 ball control just to get the extra packages, you couldn't even get those till 98 overall. This year, you can upgrade whatever you want. I feel like they went really good with that, and I have to get that out of the way. But I will say, the badge point unlocking system and just how long it takes to get those, ridiculous, bro. And it's just holding a lot of people back from enjoying this game, and 2K needs to realize that ASAP, or else I feel like that's going to be a problem that holds a lot of people back. Nobody wants to play on a build they don't want to play on, and it's simple as that. My man SK, he has a post playmaker, stretch playmaker, 7-foot max weight. It was meant to be a post stretch, something like that. But my man clearly does not have the motive to grind a whole new player. Obviously doesn't have the motive to play on the player that he has currently because it's not as good. And I feel like 2K needs to realize that you're holding people like this dude SK right here back from enjoying the game by just making it so it's too hard to grind the new players. Now, again, you can call me a crybaby for that. You can say whatever you want. I just feel like the game itself, as far as grinding new players, it takes too dang long to get that stuff up, bro. And they need to realize that ASAP. But anyway, replaced all fun mechanics with cosmetics to help sell their game. I don't necessarily agree with this statement right here. I feel like these two things don't go hand in hand as far as like replacing fun mechanics with cosmetics to sell the game. I don't really agree with that. I don't know if that's like a true statement, but I don't know. I suppose that's a solid statement, but anyway, we'll move along from that. Not fun. Either a guard spams the behind the back on a screen or someone hop steps through your soul. Now, here's my thing. I feel like one more thing to add to this little trio right here, or at least duo that he has, to make it a trio, I'll go ahead and say the post hooks and post fades from like 1 to 2 feet away that are just uncontestable. All three of these things are ridiculous. Now, the thing is, you give all three different, let's say, the 3 different corners of the game, right? You got the guards, the slashers, and the post scorers. Simple as that. And now I guess lockdowns try to find their way in there somewhere. But I feel like this game did lockdowns kind of dirty, as far as my own opinion. I just feel like it's impossible to stop anybody with the tight handles. I don't even think this whole guard spamming the behind the back move is what makes it OP. I think it's the tight handles that makes it unguardable, and that's my opinion. I feel like as a lockdown, even if you have 99 speed, it don't matter if you have 99 speed. You're stuck in mud for at least a second with tight handles. I think if they nerfed tight handles a little bit and made ankle breaker better, I feel like that would make A, the game more fun, B, it would make it so the unrealisticness of just being stuck in mud when somebody does a dribble move on you, even if you're like facing them the right way or shading them the right way, you still can't do anything about it. I just feel like to address that problem, tight handles nerf, and then ankle breaker buff. Simple as that. The game could be better, and when there's no events or anything, it's boring. There's some positives, but way more negatives about it. I sort of feel this. I feel like 2K did its part this winter break to, you know, kind of bring the winter madness to 2K. I feel like they did their part with the events. Now they need to do their part even more with the VPNs on the servers and stuff, make it so people can't do this stupid booting nonsense that just ruins almost every event. And they need to fix their events too. First of all, that is one more thing to talk about, but we're not going to stay on that topic for too long. Again, I want to kind of shift through this video a little bit, not make it like 20 minutes long, but anyway, I do agree with this though. I mean, when there's no events or anything, it can be a bit boring. That's where when people like Ticino bring in their wagers and stuff, or Toxic did his 3v3 tournament, it's big time when people do that stuff. And I think as creators, we need to realize that as well. But anyway, it has a bad rep because of copy and paste neighborhood, but the gameplay is good, can use a little work. And the way they did the badges is amazing. Definitely not the best 2K of all time, but it's better than the 2 previous years for sure. Bang, I agree with this 100%. I do think they kind of came out the gate with like a horrible marketing ploy with the neighborhood. I mean, obviously nobody was going to preach that this game is good out the gate because of what they did with the neighborhood. I mean, it's as simple as that. Even if the neighborhood is a bit like, you know, aesthetically pleasing, it's not bad looking. I'll just put it like that. I think it looks pretty solid, but people don't like repetitive, especially, you know, 2K is doing their thing to switch the neighborhood up throughout the year very often. But one thing that they're doing horribly is they are just, I mean, it's just the longevity thing. I mean, you cannot use and recycle the neighborhoods and parks so much as they do. I mean, 2K18 was its own thing, don't get me wrong, but that thing was trash. It just was so unpleasing to look at, and it's just simple as that. But anyway, haven't played since the end of November. I don't know. I mean, I suppose I'm not going to give that stuff too much time of, like, you know, reviewing on this video. But anyway, I get bored too quick, and I only ever cared about dribbling in 2K, so this is my least favorite. I feel like, I suppose, I mean, if you're talking being a guard, this is the most unstoppable year of being a guard. Now, I mean, is it the most entertaining? Probably not. I will say 2K17 dribbling, that was by far the stuff that would get people going the most as dribblers. You get so much more ankle breakers. The dribbling was so much more quick. Any build could honestly dribble to some extent, but that was mostly credited to the animation glitch as well. I don't know. I mean, say what you want. Animation glitch can be game breaking, but it also makes it a little bit fun as well. That's all I know. I mean, I know that the best. But anyway, most watered down 2K ever. No uniqueness at all, just repetitive behind the backs from point guards. My player builder is the best thing 2K has brought forth, though. I feel this. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say the most watered down 2K ever. I mean, 2K18 was so dang repetitive with that momentum behind the back and just like, you know, what was it? The blow-bys with the snatchbacks if you didn't blow by them. I don't know. Long story short, I mean, and this guy is making a point where, you know, every 2K is repetitive to some extent. But I will say, I think as a community, we do very well as creators to keep the game moving and keep it fresh. And I think that puts a lot of viewers in and puts them in a perspective where they can actually enjoy the game too. Even if we're sorry, I'm stumbling on my words. I didn't really prepare for this video. I'm just going straight through. But it puts us in a spot where even 8 to 9 months into this game, we still enjoy it. And I will say, when you compare that to games like Madden, where it feels like the community only follows for like literally the first 2 months, and then when 2K comes out, boom, everything just kind of drops. But anyway, let's move along. I had more fun on 18. I don't know where this is leading. Not the same thing every game behind. Oh yeah, nah. We moving past from that. I don't know. I don't agree. 18 was by far the most repetitive game in my opinion. Honestly, with all the hate it gets, I honestly like it. People just trash it, but it's definitely better than 19 and 18. Definitely agree. 19, this guy says, was more fun. I suppose maybe I will say slashers have got a big boost from 19. 19 was the worst year for slashers by far, in my opinion, and 20 is by far the best ever in any 2K. Now, has that made it better? I don't know. In my experience, I don't know if it's made it better, because I felt like it took more skill and it was more notable to be a good slasher in 2K19 and 18 and stuff like that, or even 17. And now it's like the stuff that was my thing has become like sort of easy to do. So I just I don't know. It has made me a man of the people though, so I will say that. Anyway, screens behind the back, hop step, yada yada. We get the deal with that. I'm not gonna, repeat too many points that have been made. The biggest thing I hate in this game is badge grinding. We've already talked on that as well. This guy says 7 of 10. Personally, waiting till next year got really stale for me lately. I don't necessarily agree with this. I just feel like, but I don't know. I mean, if you don't enjoy the game, you don't enjoy the game. It's as simple as that. Every time I get boxed, or I thought this said boxed. Every time I get bored, I make a new build. All in all, the gameplay is good to me. Fair enough. I mean, now this isn't something that everybody can just do right here. Not everybody can just make a new build whenever the game gets, boring to them. And I don't know, that honestly creates even more boring, repetitive nonsense to me, because that's where you're just constantly grinding MYCAREER, constantly trying to get your builds up. And then it would be different if it was a permanent thing where you had to build for like literally 2 to 3 years just because you grinded on that. That's where I feel like low key, bro, 2K doesn't realize nobody's trying to do this stuff just to have to do it again. If 2K would make it so it was more like user friendly, where you didn't have to grind your players all the time. Now listen, I'm somebody that already has grinded my dream player all the way up. Am I going to be jealous that people don't have to work as hard to get their player to where it has to go? No, not at all. Especially, now don't be wrong, I'm a content creator, so that's why I feel this way. But I mean, I'm sure nobody else is going to have a problem with it if it keeps the community going, and it'll make it even more fun for them too if they want to make new players, and new players equals more money for 2K. I don't really see why this is a hard thing to understand. Like, why is it that hard to just make the badges easier to get? I don't really get that. People complain about video games too much. Just have fun with it. The game isn't the best, but it's still a good time with friends. Good point right there. I like it. I'm enjoying it because it's a lot harder to shoot this year. Only problem is behind the back move, that's overused. Otherwise, it's pretty good to me. I do like archetypes better though. As I'm assuming he means like he likes, years past builds differently. I sort of see what he's saying with that, but anyway, I'll let you guys formulate your own opinion with that in the comments. I'm gonna move on. I'm not gonna keep zooming in on them too much, but anyway, it's honestly so boring that I don't know how I'll make it through another 8 months of this. Like I said, I feel like as creators, we do a really good job at keeping the community fresh, and we'll just keep it like that. But again, same thing right here. He's saying that it feels a bit stale and just, lacks the excitement that he has. I'm gonna move along with this video a little bit because I know this is probably getting a little repetitive from a commentary perspective too. But anyway, if they change things visually, I will. Okay, let's see what this says too, because this looks a bit different. If they change things visually, new parks, more fluid animations, tweak the pie chart system a little bit, fix the speed threshold. Okay, yeah, good point on this too. This dude even has the tall build and realizes that it's kind of ridiculous with speed. Now I will say, I don't know, there are times I can really tow 7.3s, 7.2s with my 6.9, but I do kind of feel that. Anyway, I swear to God, this game has so much more potential, but there are a lot of bugs and weird stuff holding it back. Felt that as well. I don't know. Long story short, and then my man AK also, it's kind of the same thing that's been going on here. I like it. Just feels like at times dribbling can be very repetitive, which creates less of a skill gap in creating your own shot, because you're basically using all the moves into figuring out when you're hitting the behind the back out of them. I mean, he's right. A lot of it just kind of chain reactions into, repetitive moves. It's as simple as that. Now, anyway, I made my own little thread right here, and we're going to go ahead and just kind of talk on this a little bit. So, anyway, I'm going to just kind of scroll through this and kind of like talk on the fly for a couple minutes, and then that'll be the end of this video. But honestly, here's the thing. Like I said, first week, we all knew they went wrong with not changing up the neighborhoods. Simple as that. Instant bad move from 2K. That was like the first horrible thing they did. Now, first few months, I enjoyed a lot of new additions. Like in 3v3 Pro-Am, they found ways to even ruin that. They made it so when you hit Pro Bronze, the matchmaking takes forever to find opponents. They changed the matchmaking system mid-year, and I was Elite Silver on my team, and we were able to find games easy. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's just impossible. And I had to disband team. We couldn't find any games. I know I haven't really enlightened you guys on that lately, but long story short, and again, this is 2K. Listen, if anyone from 2K is listening, I intentionally go out of my way to try to not bash this game at all. And it's things like this that I kind of keep under the light and I don't really talk about. But bro, I had to literally disband my Elite Silver #1 on Xbox Pro-Am team just at the fact that we could not get matched up with anybody for literally hours upon hours, and it was not worth me telling my guys like, yo, we got to do this for the content. Like, it's simple as that. Anyway, long story short, I put the next 3 months into a collective time span where we've had fun as a community. Ticino sparked everyone up with his wagers. Toxic had his 3v3 tournament. 2K sort of did its part with the Winter Madness. But anyway, as creators, like I said, I feel like we need to do a little bit better of a job to keep the excitement up, like Ticino and Toxic have done. I feel like I myself am sort of getting to that spot where I can like do something like that myself as well. I need to get into streaming a little bit more myself too, where, you know, I could spark up everybody as well. But long story short, I put this thread together to get the opinions from my own community and just kind of explain to myself how, you know, how they feel on this year. And regardless, I just wanted to kind of see how you guys feel on this 1/3 mark of the 2K season, 4 months in. Now, anyway, real quick, let me get off this and go back to my profile just so I can talk for a little bit, because I don't want any more, like, you know, words distracting me. But anyway, regardless, to wrap things up, I just want to talk. So, my opinions on 2K20. Like I said, it's one of my favorite games of 2K, but like I said, the bias can get in my way a little bit of like viewing this game properly. I feel like it's the same old song and dance, bro. Like, if 2K as a community would just kind of stick with us a little bit and just like hear us out, I feel like it slights its creators very much so. And I feel like low-key we got a bad rep from all the people in 2K 16 to 18. Like, I feel like the creators were some toxic, just pieces of garbage back from like 16 to 18. And I'm not calling any names out. I'm not saying any names in particular. I'm just saying when 2K18 hit and people like Duke, people like Joe, people like Agent, people like myself are starting to like grow a lot more, and we have, you know, people that actually like have some brains on their heads, simple as that. And I feel like when represented by the community in that aspect, I feel like it'd be a lot better if they would listen to people like us, where they would just kind of understand where we're coming from with this stuff. Now, again, the people that are like mad toxic, I don't blame them for not trying to listen to those people. I know at the end of the day they're like, yo, this dude knows nothing about our business. They know nothing about, you know, how to build your brand properly, and it's as simple as that. They don't even know how to build their own brand properly. Now, like I said, when people like Duke, Joe, myself have all become, you know, like even more relevant in this game. Now, don't be wrong, I only have 48,000 subs. I'm not that relevant. All right, I'll just put it like that. But anyway, the people that have some brains on their head, if they would just listen to the creators a lot more and just kind of bring the people in that really play the game and really make sense. People like Poor Boy Sin as well. If they would just bring those people in on the community days, or maybe even go out of their way to just hop on a Skype call or something, like at this very moment in the year, to enlighten themselves for 2K21. Now, I don't know how it works, the live content updates and stuff like that, but if they could make the game like improvements on this year's game too, that'd be wonderful. But at the end of the day, they got their own marketing ploy. They gotta promote their 2K21 with like new exciting stuff. If they take away the new exciting stuff and put it into this game, they're not gonna have it for the release date on the next one. But I will say, 2K, if you run out of time, if you run out of like the entertainment from the community, now, like I said, you just got to treat these creators better. We are the ones keeping this thing moving, if you ask me. I mean, in the last 4 years, people have been really down on this game, and it's as simple as that. But the creators are the ones that are pushing this thing forward and really like bringing their viewers to you to some extent. Not so much your game bringing us viewers. I feel like it's as simple as that. But anyway, long story short, I feel like they need to treat these creators better. I feel like that will, hand in hand, just make for a way better marriage and to make this game better. But regardless, I know that was kind of too long of a rant to like talk about that. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this kind of like free flow aspect to this video with a little bit of a rant into it as well. But we'll be back on the gameplays and content like that pretty soon here, like starting tomorrow. I'm pretty positive. But I just wanted to kind of get this video out. And let me see if anybody knew. Okay, so nobody added anything new. I just wanted to get this out and just kind of explain my thoughts and my feelings on 2K20 and see what you guys think as well in the comments. Now, this feedback right here wasn't the end all be all of it. I want to hear your like feedback in the comments as well. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, put Laker in the comments if you made it to the end, just to show your support that you made it all the way through. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope we enjoy the rest of this year together as well. I am enjoying this a ton from my own perspective. Like I said, a lot of it has been, I know there's a lot of negative annotations to the community this year, but like I said, I've been trying to avoid that as much as possible because of how well things have been going for myself. But I gotta keep it real too. I'd be doing 2K as a community wrong. I'd be doing y'all wrong if I wasn't just being real and putting my own, like, you know, true thoughts on the line and just expressing how I feel about everybody else's thoughts as well. Now, again, like I said, it's not the best thing to do as a creator to promote negativity to the game you play, because that also hand in hand makes people less interested in the game that you're playing as well. But like I said, I feel like I'd be doing myself wrong if I weren't just keeping it real. So we're gonna put it like that. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Like I said, if you made it to the end, put Laker in the comments. And on that, hope you enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.